learning, so I have fun with that. But right now we're talking about developing strengths. So what are your strengths? The values and actions signature strength survey measures 24 positive characteristics. That's just what the survey did. But here's a couple of the character traits that seem to be the highlight of what are your strengths. 1, curiosity. 2, creativity. 3, bravery. Bravery. You ever hear that, folks? 4, persistence. 5, integrity. That's my best. 6, fairness. 7, leadership. And self-regulation. Yeah? And that's an important one, too. I don't think this article goes into the importance of these. I might have to do a whole show on just those after that. Participants rank statements on a scale, and that's what this is all about. But those were the character traits that's important. Now, here's what they're asking with the questions. So this was some of the questions in the survey. And if you want to take this survey, you can take it at AuthenticHappiness.org. It's a free survey. AuthenticHappiness.org. All one word. AuthenticHappiness.org. And then there's a dot at the end. I don't know if you need that or not. But if I was in the 3rd grade, I'd better get an A for getting all those things out there like that. But I'm not, so that's neither here or there. Okay, here's some of the questions that would be on that survey. You know, they're not even really questions, they're more statements. I find the world a very interesting place. You know, that would be one. And I'm sure these are all supposed to be answered in the positive. You know? We'll have to see. I'll just answer them for myself as we go along. Even Will can answer them if he wants to. All right. I find the world a very interesting place. I do. I have joy with the world. I can sit on a park bench and watch people go by and just have a great time with looking at people. I can I go see a building and see the architecture and the structure of the building and the old hieroglyphs just on it and the gargoyles hanging over the end getting ready to eat some demon that's trying to break in. Oh, man, the world's a very interesting, fascinating place.
It's pretty complex, I know that.
Yeah, it is complex. Will's got complex. So let's see. Number 2, I always identify the reasons for my actions. I'm going to have to say I don't always identify the reasons for my actions. Sometimes I'm spontaneous. Sometimes I innovate. You know? But most of the time I identify the reasons why I'm going to do something. I know why I'm going to do it, and I get my plan together, and then I stay the course on my plan. What do you think about that one, Will? I always identify the reasons for my actions.
Yeah, sometimes people just have to accept it because you do what you do.
What's that? All right. I never quit a task before it is done. I will. I'll quit a task before it's done. If I set a goal to do something and I'm working on that, well, no, I'm not going to say that. If I set a task to do it and finish it, I'm going to try my best to get all the way through to finish it. I'm going to do that. But if I'm just doing something and it's not really the goal set in stone, I'll innovate. And there'll be changes that come along the way. And the whole thing might turn around and be not looking as it was when I first started out. But it would be that, but it just morphed into something else. What do you think about that one, Will?
I'll finish a task when sometimes if I lose faith in the task, and that's the problem. That's a part of failure that I think bothers me a little bit. I'll start something and then I'll say, oh, this isn't going the right way. Let me just quit, and then that messes it up.
Oh, now here's another one. Being able to come up with the new and different ideas is one of my strong points. I get direction from God. I don't come up with anything. They're all epiphanies. He don't talk to me, folks. No, don't get it wrong. He's not coming down having a Diet Pepsi with the truth. And he doesn't say anything, but he does. It seems to me that he does put things in my mind. So the new ideas and the different ideas that come up, that I don't feel as though they're mine, even though they're coming out of me, my mouth. They're verbalized from me. I don't feel as though they're mine.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. I really feel that God directs me in those things.
I come up with ideas because some of them are bad, and I know God wouldn't give me no bad ideas.
You
So
mean no bad
they
ones?
have to come from me.
Yeah. So that's how they happen. I have taken frequent stands in the face of strong opposition. Yeah, if I'll do that. I do that all the time. If I feel something's right, it's hard to move me. I'll stand right in front of it. I don't care about what somebody else is going to think about me. And if I feel that this is the right thing for me to do, or this is the right thing that needs to be done, because that's the basis of ArchAngel anyway. Just like, nah, you just don't get a free pass coming by me. I'll stand right in your face, or on your face if I have to. It just goes like that. So yeah, that's. What about that, Will? Find out where it is.
Not so much.
Not so much.
Mm-mm.
Sometimes you don't take a strong stance.
No, it depends. I'm always on the fence. I'll fall to one side or the other, often. So.
But then you take a stance on the side you go with, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Unless I get convinced to go to the other side, I'll take a stand. No, so like let's say you and someone else has a disagreement. If when I'm talking to you, it's easy for you to convince me, and then I'll take a stance with you. But then if I talk to that person and then they give me their stance, I'm like, okay, I understand what you're saying, and then I stand with it's wishy-washy.
It's a wishy-washy?
Yeah.
I guess that's normal.
Yeah, a lot of people are like that.
Okay. I'm always willing to take risks to establish a relationship. I'm not always willing to take risks. I will unless that relationship. If I see somebody that I like, because it ain't them I like. First I have to like. They'll have most of these attributes in here: integrity, perseverance, bravery. They'll have those character traits in there, and that would be what draw me to those people in the first place. That there would be something within their character that makes me say, this is my friend. This is a person that I really enjoy being with, that I like. Well, I don't have to be with him. I just like. So I would take a risk to establish a relationship like that. But other people, there'll be people I know all over the place. It's like I like them, but it's like I'm taking a risk to establish a relationship. I don't like some of the things you do. They don't sit within my character.
Yeah.
So that's a tough one. Yeah, you got no comment?
Oh no, I take risks, but I only let that if that risk fails, then that's it. I'll take a risk one time, but then if I get burned from that risk, I mean there's certain people who I've taken a big huge risk with, and it didn't work out, and I'll never take a risk with them again.
Yeah, that's me too. I take a risk, but
yeah, you seem to me at least like the type that'll give a person one chance.
Yeah.
And if they mess that one chance up, then that's it.
That's it. I got no use for it. And here's another one. I always admit when I'm wrong. So I do that. I was wrong in 1926, I think, or was it 1826? But there was one year. No, I'm human, folks. If I can get away without admitting it.
Oh, if I can. I will not admit it at all.
I'm getting away with it. It wasn't me, it was the dog.
Nope. I'm not, I am very, it has to, who I would admit I'm wrong to? It has to be an elder or a parent, my parents or someone like that for me to admit I'm wrong to. If it's like a peer, nope, I am not wrong. You are wrong.
You're wrong.
1 + 1 is 3 every day. Every day.
Yeah. I go with, nah, I'm just human. Sometimes I'll admit it, yeah, what the hell. But most of the time, 1 + 1 is definitely 3. In a group, I try to make sure everyone feels included. I try to do that all the time.
Yeah.
I like inclusion like that. And it's a selfish thing I do it for. Because if everybody's not included, then there might be something in somebody's head that just might be something that I want to hear. But then they don't feel included, so it's not coming out. So I try to make everybody included just for my own satisfaction of maybe I might learn something from that.
No, I always try to include people because I hate the feeling of being left out. So I never want anyone else to experience that same feeling of being left out. I always try to include everybody, or at least give everybody a chance. Just like when we do Voice of the Voiceless every Tuesday from 12 to 1 p.m. on 91.3 FM WCUW. We invite people to come. We give everybody a chance to come. And then when it's talking, I'll even be quiet and give people more chance to speak than me.
Yeah, because that's the best way to interact, I think, is let people have their, but there's times when I have to make people feel bad about themselves. It's like, you're just talking crazy, so so we can't keep going there, that's that. But I keep it real on that show, so I get away with it. All right, I always look on the bright side. I always do that. It's my natural state of mind. I am the laziest person in the world. Folks, it is way too difficult for me to be on the negative side of anything. I could go there and see the negative and stuff and say, oh man, that's awful and stuff. But I ain't going to go down there and all that mess. That's too much work. I look on the bright side. It'll be better tomorrow. It ain't my fault. I know me, everything's going to be better tomorrow. And I love a challenge. I think that's my strongest suit is I love a challenge.
Yeah, it must be a strong suit because I don't have none of it. I am a pessimist as if the worst. I always used to say, prepare for the worst because that's probably more than likely what's going to happen.
That's a philosophy that might work for some people. It works for you. I'll accept the worst.
I don't think it's a good philosophy too. You know why? I think it gives people gray hairs. I think it gives people anxiety. I think it makes them a ho-hum all the time and a Debbie Downer.
Debbie Downer?
Yeah, always down because they always thinking about the worst. Remember Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
Everything's gray. Always thinking negative.
I got a niece like that.
Yeah.
I love her to death, but she sweep the floor like this. Take her about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she good. I want to fully participate in life, not just view it from the sideline. Well, that's me all the way. I like being in life. I like to participate. There is so many things out there in this life, folks, that's why it's so hard for me to understand some concepts that people throw around like they really mean something. They don't mean anything to me because life, there's so many different things coming all over the place all the time. And I just want to know them all. I want to participate. I want to do this. I want to climb mountains. I want to swim oceans. I don't even like getting wet. I want to do all these things and stuff. But, I have a real hard time with some of the concepts that are thrown around in life because they're just so negative and they put so many obstacles in the way. So I'm definitely one of this. I want to fully participate in life, not just view it from the sideline. But yeah.
It depends. If I'm wanted, I like the feel to be wanted. So I'll participate in anything and with anyone as long as they want me there. If they don't want me there, then I'm perfectly fine as sitting back and watching the world turn on its own.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it feels like to be wanted.
Sure, you're wanted on the show.
Yeah, well, I shouldn't say that. It's not the most important thing in my life to be wanted.
Oh yeah.
If I fail at something, I fail because I didn't give it enough respect. That's the way I look at stuff. I can't fail. If I do what I need to do, I can't fail. That's why I know, like about ArchAngel, the churn the ship, it can't fail. It might take It might take, I might
Longer
have
than
to.
expected?
Yeah, I have no expectations on date. It takes as long as it takes, but I can't fail at it. As long as I stay the course and do what's necessary, and by that I mean I have to take, just like all these other little value things right here. I have to be brave. I have to be creative. I have to have integrity. I have to have fairness. Self-regulation is huge. I got to regulate myself. Sometimes I get, like right now, I'm totally excited about failure, but I can't let failure just come in and overdo the other three concepts of it. It's in the program of the academy: the the innovation, the creativity, and fantasy. I just can't let failure become the main topic, but each of them needs to be addressed to the fullest. But I just can't let one take it over. So it's really life is so great. That's why I have one concept. Everybody knows I don't get it. Worth a shucks. That white privilege. I don't get that. I have no idea what that looks like, what that feels like. I can see all the little examples that people like to pull out and stick on there, but it's like I don't see that. Even after reading that, these questions like that, I could just close my eyes and put my finger down on one. Mm-hmm. I always admit when I'm wrong. That would be the only one that goes to the white supremacy. What's wrong with you, Victor? You picked the only one out there that would lead towards there's some white privilege. I'm wrong because I'm not white. That's the only thing I can get at. What? Shoot. I never, like I said, I admitted I was wrong. It was 1810 or something like that.
And there was white privilege then too. It existed then.
I ain't never admitted I'm wrong. So it's like, how there going to be any white privilege? I can't even be wrong. And I always look at things on the bright side. So how am I going to be, as a minority, half Indian, half black, going to admit that there's somebody else in this world, some race in this world that's better than me? Can't happen. It's not going to happen. It just doesn't exist. There is no race in this world. There is nobody in this world better than I am, to me. Just like that other concept everybody said. Nobody's perfect. What? I'm perfect. Mm-hmm. There is no other perfect Joe. I am the perfect Trooper Joe. You may not like it. it may be crazy to some people or whatever it is, but to me, I'm me. And this is it. This is what you get. It got a hat, got a shirt, I got a microphone. And I'm perfectly happy in my skin and loving every minute of it. So that's why I really believe. Thank you, book, for giving me these questions right here, because it strengthens my thing that white privilege only if you wanna admit you're wrong. If you don't want to admit you're wrong, then nobody has any privilege over you. It just doesn't exist. Well, anyway, I'm running out of time here. Actually, I went overtime. So next week, I'm going to come back with a little bit more on failure, because it's a topic I think that really has to be, not has to be, but people can really benefit from just the two examples here, the difference between Douglas and Walter. Those two different people, and they can definitely benefit from writing their own story, because it's your story, folks. You write it. And if you look at some of these character traits over here, and I'll read these one more time before I go, just the character traits, the character value traits here, curiosity, creativity, bravery, persistence, integrity, fairness, leadership, and self-regulation. These are all attributes to developing your character. And they're all the attributes that you find in an archangel. That's what archangels, these are the characteristics that make up an archangel. These are some of the ways that archangels walk through life and stuff like that. That and the privilege of doing something for somebody else. that good internalized feeling that you feel. No one else can feel it. So it doesn't matter. You feel that feeling. Well, we witness it all the time, but you can't feel it yourself unless you do it. We just witnessed it with the hurricanes. We were witnessing that people were trying to intellectualize it and talk about it on the news or over a couple of cold beers or something like that. How people came together during these horrific times and they really join and help each other and everything. That's the basis of ArchAngel. It's a privilege to be able to do that. They're not feeling the privilege. You know, those people sitting back there trying to intellectualize it and trying to make it all fancy with words and stuff, while somebody else has just took out the t-shirt and jumped in the water and went out there and, you know, saved somebody and carried them across the river. You know, that's a privilege. That's a privilege to be able to do that. Hopefully, you never get to feel that privilege and that big of it, because someone has to suffer. But the privilege of just giving somebody a smile, you know, giving somebody a hug, just letting somebody know that you know them, calling them by their name. Those are all privileges too. They're all something that makes you feel good. You know, that's powerful, and that's powerful. All right, well, I'm gonna have to go on out of here. So people, you know, think about Douglas. Think about the difference between Douglas and Walter. Think about some of these character strengths. Think about Muhammad Ali getting up off that canvas. You know, think about all those things. And next week we're going to do a little bit more on failure, because this is a really powerful topic. And it's really, I think it helps me. So next week we're going to help Trooper Joe. I want everybody to go and have that fun. All right, I'm gone.